Now we go out to Minnesota, where it's day 2 of jury selection in the manslaughter trial of Kim Potter, the former Minneapolis police officer who killed Daunte Wright not far from the courthouse where Derek Chauvin stood trial for murdering George Floyd last April. Potter was heard on body cam video yelling "Taser, Taser, Taser" just before she shot the 20-year-old black man in the chest during a traffic stop. She claims she pulled her gun by mistake. Criminal defense attorney Mark Davis is still with me. All right, Mark, jury selection has been moving really quickly in this case. 9 jurors have already been selected. They need 5 more to seat 12 jurors and 2 alternates. Is this fast pace a good sign for the prosecution or defense, or does it even matter?
I don't know that it necessarily matters. I think it is it's a reflection of there not being very many issues that are going to be contested. At the end of the day, we know what happened. It's on video. We know that she pulled the trigger. I think the only issues here are whether this is a first-degree manslaughter or a second-degree manslaughter. Did she intend to do what she did? Was she completely negligent, or was there some intent to actually try to kill this young man? And so when you're picking a jury, it can take a long time if you have a lot of complicated issues that you want to try to vet from your jurors. But if the issues are minimal, it can be real quick, because they just want people that are willing to listen to the evidence, that maybe if you've seen the video that you haven't made up your mind already. And if they get a group that they're comfortable with, then they're just going to go with it.
Mark, here's the makeup of the jury they've chosen so far: 4 white men, 2 white women, 2 Asian women, and 1 black woman. As I mentioned, they still need to add 5 more, but if this trend continues, black people won't be widely represented on this panel. Could that be problematic in a case where it's clear that there's a white cop and there's a black victim?
It could be, and I don't know which strikes that the prosecution has used. It's my understanding that they are out of peremptory strikes. And if they've used the vast majority of those strikes against potential black jurors, then I would hope that the defense has made a motion to suggest that this panel is not going to be a fair panel. Whether they've done that or not, I don't know. But at the end of the day, I don't think that she's going to get away scot-free. The question is whether there was some intent or whether there was some negligence. So it's one or the other. I don't think that she gets off with accident. I just don't see that happening. So I would be shocked, even with an all-white jury, that they would walk her and set her free in light of the circumstances as we know them.
Well, that brings me to my next question. So the police body cam video of the shooting will no doubt play a huge part in this trial, but it doesn't guarantee, as you know, a guilty verdict. I mean, the jury acquitted Kyle Rittenhouse after watching video of him shooting 3 people. But then you have the 3 men in Georgia who killed Ahmaud Arbery. They were convicted after the jury watched video of that shooting. So what impact do you think that the body cam video will have in this trial?
I think it's helpful. When I thought about this case, I do a lot of cases where, there's police officer violence involved. And oftentimes you hear the police on the body cam saying, "Stop resisting," when there's really no resisting going on. And I think they're trained to say that in the event someone from a different angle sees them manhandling someone, that they can then claim that that person was resisting. I don't know that this is necessarily exactly that, because she yelled out "Taser, Taser, Taser." It may have been a mistake. I don't know. But if it's a mistake, it's a negligent mistake. And that video will be helpful. So I think that because the video is there, because there's clear video evidence that this is what happened, we know how it happened. The question is this a crime or not? I just don't see any jury letting someone off when the evidence is so pretty clear.
Well, mistake or not, she could still and should be held criminally liable. Criminal defense attorney Mark Davis, thank you so much for joining me.